In 2007, at a conference in Atlanta, I met a tall, dark, and handsome man who intrigued me at first blush. It wasn't just his gregarious personality or his foreign name, which I couldn't understand the first 3 times that he said it, but this man had a testimony unlike any I had ever heard. A year and a half prior, he had chosen to forsake his Muslim upbringing and follow Jesus. This decision had cost him everything: family, friends, and future. But this guy was charming, and he had a childlike enthusiasm for life. I was especially blown away by how he worshiped, hands raised, singing at the top of his lungs. You can't really go through the kind of sacrifice that he did and only love God halfway. At the close of the conference, we exchanged information, and I, perhaps not so subtly, emailed him first. But that initial email, though, that started a chain that just didn't stop. In the summer of 2008, we were walking down the aisle as Mr. and Mrs. Nabeel Qureshi, hitting the ground running in pursuit of his new life calling, proclaiming the truth about Jesus. The number of places we saw, experiences we had, and transformed people we witnessed made the first 8 years of marriage feel like a lifetime. All good things come to an end, but some simply end too soon. 10 months ago, on this day, I was planning a memorial service for Nabeel. Cancer had claimed his life. He was 34, I was 31, and our only daughter had just turned 2. It was a classic moment of, this happens to other people, not to me. I'm not cut out for this. I remember reading stories about the harrowing trials of Elizabeth Elliot, whose husband, Jim, was killed by Amazon Indians he was trying to tell about Jesus. She forgave them, seeing her husband's ministry through by choosing to live among and love the very people who had murdered her beloved. I would read inspiring stories such as hers and think, I admire the heroism, the strength, the unshakable faith, but I'm not that type of person. In this season, however, I have come to realize that our God is that type of God. During the year-long battle for Nabeel's life, I came to realize that, apart from Jesus, I really can't do anything. But I also realized that I really can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When I finally submitted to the fact that a sovereign, good, trustworthy God was the one in control, not me, I was set free from the hold that fear and anxiety had on me. God was for me, so regardless of my circumstances, what could be against me? In a few moments, you'll have the great privilege to hear from one of Nabeel's dear friends and heroes, Ravi Zacharias. With a mind full of intellect and a heart full of humility, Ravi reaches a plethora of people, from destitute children to corporate businessmen to world leaders. This gifted communicator, whom my late husband called Uncle, both out of cultural formality and genuine affection, will explore in depth the foundations for living to which we can hold fast when all else around us is giving way. Before we welcome Ravi, I would like to close by singing one stanza of a hymn that's become precious to me. I feel this sums up why there's potential for peace, joy, and hope, even in my current season of life. What though my joys and comforts die, the Lord my Savior liveth. What though the darkness gather round, songs in the night he giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that refuge clinging, since Christ is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I I keep from singing. Ladies and gentlemen,